Okay, sitting down with us now is author Susanne Lambdin here at the St. Louis Contamination Horror, Sci-Fi, and Pop Culture Convention. I've kind of think she's going to be referred to as maybe the queen of the zombies here at the convention, as far as I'm concerned. She's like the biggest zombie fan I've met in a long time, so right up my alley. Susan, thank you very much for sitting down and talking with us.
Well, you're very welcome.
So just, obviously you're an author. You've, I'm pretty sure from what I was saying from over here on the weekend, you actually been able to write for like Star Trek and other things down. I'm guessing other things now in LA.
I did. I've got to have a screen credit for episode 76 Family in Star Trek Next Generation. So when I do go to cons, I talk about Star Trek a lot and normally tell a little tawdry stories about one of the captains at least, and maybe about one of the commanders. So when you have a little alcohol in you, then you like to hear some of the penis stories. But those are always good. And so then beyond, Star Trek's and the Captain Penis. Then it's on to like zombie. From that, and William Shatner is getting up there. So not to say he's a zombie or anything, but now I write zombie stories, and so it's the Dead Heart series. It takes place in the Colorado Rockies. I thought being kind of behind it that if you're going to be in a zombie apocalypse, I want to be up and looking down. I'm not walking around in a freaking swamp or a forest. I'm on a mountain and I've got a rifle, and then if you're the zombie, you take the time to come up to me, I'm going to shoot you. But the problem being when you go down the mountain when you need to get supplies, and so that's kind of what my series is about. But I had watched that series. Do you remember The Deadliest Warrior when that was on?
Yes.
George Washington loved that show. They had the last one was Max Brooks and the zombie guys versus the vampire guys.
Vampires versus zombies, yeah.
They had said too, you had 3 vampires can kill 80 zombies in 1 minute, but a vampire can't turn a zombie, and a zombie can't make a vampire. And I thought, you know what? I can do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah.
So I have a virus that mutates. So we have over time. First you got zombies, and then later vampires and werewolves and werepumas and demons. And you find out the virus is so damn old that the ancient gods and goddesses have a form of that virus. And as it circles back around, then some of your heroes in the story become kind of new gods.
Oh,
but I have 8 different kinds of zombies.
That's great. So
that is a variety of
zombies. You go deep. We're talking real deep, like abyss deep.
I want to know about some of these zombie varieties.
Right, but going into the culture and what you can really do with it. It takes an amazing imagination to be able to come up with that stuff. That's something that I'm really excited about when checking out your book. And it sounds really interesting. Now, of course, you said you're a huge zombie fan, and of course you're wearing the stars. I see Colorado Springs Division.
That's right.
Which is pretty awesome.
I'm an honorary member of that group. So they had a cool con called Galaxy Fest out in February, and the con flew me out. So in Colorado, they love me, and I guess you say I'm one of their celebrity authors out there because my stories take place in Colorado, and I blow the shit out of everything. I kill everyone, and then they come back. So they love me. They like to be abused in Colorado, and they're zombie crazy. But yeah, stars. I'm all about stars, not Umbrella.
No, brother.
No.
Down with Umbrella.
Back off.
Just leave us be, giant pharmaceutical companies.
That's right.
But yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I'm pretty excited to check it out. I was unfamiliar with it until you showed up at the con here. Now, again, from what I've heard that you are, and what Marsh was saying, one of the number one zombie fans out there. Is there any one or any type of movie that you think is towards the top, one that really rings a bell?
Okay, you know what? I do like a little bit of humor with my zombies. I just don't always want to be eating flesh and gore all over your face. I really love Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
All right, that's my all-time favorite zombie film. But then after that, of course, I love Night of the Living Dead because that's the first one that set it off.
Yeah.
But I really love Dawn of the Dead, the remake.
Yeah.
I think that is top-notch, and I can watch that over and over again. I think the cast was great, and I really like that. And they're moving a little faster.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when they started
slow.
running a bit more, getting a little some spring in their zombie legs.
A little spring in their zombie step.
But you know what? I will admit, I'm going to tell the truth. The book World War Z, Max Brooks is really well written.
Yeah.
But I really love that damn movie. And I love those zombies, and I like how they move like birds or bugs. And
animalistic, like quick head movements.
They're screwed up. They kind of, when they're standing there and they're dormant, their mouths kind of move like a fucked up nutcracker.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like it's not right, and whatever they're doing those sounds. But the best shot of that whole damn movie is that in Israel when they're coming up and over that wall.
They're running up that wall.
That is so impactful. So I love that. Just that movie alone, that one scene
was pretty awesome.
was brilliant. Loved it.
It's kind of interesting because everyone, we're people. We think of ourselves as individuals. We think of ourselves as, I'm a unique person. I do this. And when we look at it, we still have that same meat vehicle, those same zombies, and they're moving like an organism. They're not moving like an individual person. They're climbing up that wall like a bacteria would climb into something. It moves as one, not as something separate. And I find that kind of interesting because at the end of the day, I almost think of us as human beings as kind of being a bacteria or a virus. We spread out all over the world, and if we became infected and started turning on ourselves, that's a great story.
I think you've been talking to Dirk Benedict from Starbucks. God, I went over there yesterday to introduce myself to him because when I was young, I joined his fan club, and he said it didn't last very long, and hell, he talked to me for like an hour and a half. I don't think I ever got a word in edgewise. But he kind of was going on about humans as parasites, but then my mentality too, myself, is there's too many damn humans on the planet, so virus, yeah, if it's a virus that makes us zombies, all the better. Would I want to be in the apocalypse if that happened? Maybe, but if I don't, I can join the other team and be the zombie, right? I don't see, it's a win-win, really, so not a problem.
So, I'm kind of curious, so you know zombies, you're an honorary member of STARS. Now I'm curious, zombie apocalypse happens, are you ready?
You know what, actually I am ready, and I do have a couple of different battle plans, and then I have a couple of different groups. So we have, I don't have a stockpile of food.
Sure.
Do I have guns? No. I'm a blade woman. I like.
I just about to ask, what's your go-to weapon in a zombie apocalypse?
I have nothing but swords
Silent
in my
killer.
house.
Yeah.
Right. So I have a nice katana, and actually I was given at Galaxy Fest a remake of Michonne's katana by Mike Mundy is my friend, and he's been a zombie on The Walking Dead now 7.5 times.
Oh.
And I think that half must have been half a body.
Maybe
right?
half of it was inside.
Yeah, it wasn't quite
sense.
right. So he gave me a sword. So you know what? I want a sword and I want knives. Guns, my thought, I'd like to have some guns, but when you run out of bullets and they're noisy, and I don't want to be standing there just shooting. I'm in and out and I'm all stealth. But I am going to the mountains.
Okay.
Right, because I'm from Kansas, and there's like one tree and one barn
That's
to
what they
hide
say.
behind.
They always say there's a naked woman behind every tree in Kansas.
You're out of there. And of course, Kansas has planes, but I'm not a pilot, and I'm sure no one's going to let me on their plane. So I'm headed to Colorado. I'm going up in the mountains, and I really would do exactly what I'm writing about because I sat around and fantasized about it.
Sure.
So, take it seriously.
Yeah.
They have plenty of abandoned towns, and they have hotels on the top of a mountain, and people are going to leave it, so go move in.
Sure.
Fresh game, fresh water, everything you could want is there.
Other than this, the whole plan.
Plus, in Colorado Springs, there's 2 Air Force bases. There is the Air Force Academy. There is Fort Carson, and when they're all destroyed, they still have all those weapons.
And weed is legal. All right.
And that's right. Yeah, it is. So it's a win-win there, too.
All right. So I'm coming to Colorado. I'm coming with you.
The place to be
I'm a nurse by trade. You can use my medical skills. Can I come?
Yes, you can.
Sweet.
You're with us. I'll give you
You're
a list
screwed,
of the battle
Marshall.
plan. You really are.
Hey, I was in the military. I have military survival skills and military weapons training. I do have some value.
All right.
Okay.
You're here with us,
So
dude.
we're in. All right.
Absolutely great. All right.
Good deal. All right. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
This was
and
a
talking with us.
pleasure. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Wait, can I do a shameless plug real quick?
That's what we were
course
just
you
about to
should.
ask
All
you
right.
to do
That's
because we've
always-
been asking people to do it.
Very good. So, it's the Dead Hearts novels. You can find me at deadheartsnovels.com. My publisher is wyvernspeak.com. Wyvern's a little dragon.
Yes.
Get it? But I'm on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, Nook, anything you want. My books are out there. You can get a hold of them, and I promise you that if you read the first one, you're going to be hooked. And there are 11 books in this series. So
11 books.
I'm
So
not a
that's
fly-by-night lady.
That was my next question because we just talked to Vince Churchill with his series. And your books, though, they're all a continual story?
It's a continual story.
Okay.
And so after the first 5, there's about a year gap, and then the story picks up again. So I keep having to kind of reboot or change your worldcraft and what's happened since then. But I will tell you one zombie classification, and then I'll quit talking to me. Here's one more. So I have what they call a shirka, and a shirka is you were a zombie, but you get. Remember, the virus mutates.
Right.
So some of your main characters are superhuman, and so one thinks, if you bite me, my blood will heal you. Well, for a minute it does, and so the hiker that bites the main character, he looks healed, he talks, he can remember who he is, he heals as is. So as grisly as you look, you heal looking like shit, you remember who you are, you're evil, you're mean, Now you're a super fast zombie. They freaking kill their own, so they cull the zombie herd and they eat the slow walkers, the mutilated cripples. They eat them, and then they come right across the Rockies.
Wow.
So please enjoy.
That sounds awesome.
Yes,
I
it
don't
sounds
know.
like a great read.
That sounds
that'd be
fucking fantastic.
Awesome story. So, yes, again, thank you very much for taking your time with us. This was an absolute pleasure. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
You bet. You guys, thank you so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate
You're very
it.
welcome.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of the con, and best of luck to you in the future.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.